Due to possible harmful extremist content, parental discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show. The views and opinions expressed on the show are not necessarily those of the station, its affiliates, or advertisers. The use of the show is only allowed with the express written permission of the producer and the host. So get ready for 2 hours of the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show starting right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show, Sunday night edition for May 17th, 2026. With me tonight, we've got Doc in the house. What's up, Doc?
Just hanging out. Found out about a new comedian in the pre-show, so I'm pretty excited to look him up tonight and check out some of his material. Phil Hendry. Phil
Hendry, exactly, the radio legend. He had a show out of LA for, 20 years, and one of the funniest people on the planet. Phil Hendry, folks, look him up. He would do voices and pretend to have guests on, but it wasn't a guest, it was just him doing the voice. And like David Hogg was talking about before the show, he came on once and said he was some scientist that they didn't know where rain came from. And they couldn't explain, with science, you can't explain lightning and thunder and whatnot. And people would call in like, what are you talking about? It's friction and static and this and that in the air. And like, no, but you can't prove that scientifically. So I don't know. I've never heard that one, but I can just see where it's going, Fun stuff.
Yes. Sounds interesting. I'm going to check it out later tonight. You guys should as well. Oh, so what do we have on the docket tonight? We have quite a few different articles up here. What are we looking at first?
Well, let's talk about the UK. We had the Unite the Kingdom rally the other day. Our good buddy Tommy Robinson is just a legend. I think that guy could run for prime minister tomorrow and win in a landslide. But, several 100,000 people showed up. Keir Starmer went on a rampage before this event. He blocked 7 different journalists from different countries from entering the United Kingdom. If you're familiar with Ezra Levant up in Canada with Rebel Media, Ezra was denied access to Canada. And, Ezra and Tommy have worked together for a long time. Tommy used to be with Rebel Media, but they're very good friends. There's a lot of mutual respect there. And, Ezra's a really well-known dude. He's a, very successful journalist. And the UK just said, hey, you can't come here anymore. All kinds of different people were just sent the same letter saying your presence in the United Kingdom could cause civil disturbance.
Yeah, pretty dystopian coming out of the UK. But the rally went off pretty well without a hitch. Even the counter protest was pretty calm. I didn't see any reports of any fighting or violence or anything like that. So seems like maybe it was the government overreacted a little bit. Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I saw one dude who went by some cops and called them wankers, and then they decided to arrest him, and then he just went off on them, started calling them every name in the book. But, that's an isolated incident out of 200-some thousand people there. And cameras were on every single transgression. Anything that anyone did, there was a camera there to record it.
Oh, yeah.
Because they wanted them to look bad. Yeah, and they couldn't do it. Yeah.
Yeah, and so the organization that Tommy has put together over there, and to the gentlemen that they work with, there's lots of them, but they're very, very strict about the no BS, no nonsense, no fighting, no causing problems, no destroying property, clean up after yourself, be polite to the police, and that's been hammered into these guys for years and years, and so they have it down pretty pat. They even have their own kind of almost what you would call a security. It's not really security. They just kind of make sure everybody's calm, and if there is any disagreements, they, try to get people to talk it out, stuff like that. I mean, that's how you have to run a system like that. But I think you're right. I think Tommy's popular enough and can command, get 100, 200,000 people out into the streets anytime he wants. I think that they rightfully so, as that government, see him as dangerous. I mean, I'm not saying he is dangerous, but for what that government wants to do, he is certainly someone who could stand in their way.
Yeah, by shedding light on it and bringing public attention to what they want to do.
Yeah.
It's not like he's making things up or what. He's just showing the world what is happening there. And I mean, I've been watching him for years and have been a big, fan of his for a very long time, because he was the only one speaking out about the horrendous things that were occurring in the UK. Last week, we saw a phenomenal general election there, where I wouldn't say it was a general election. It was council elections across the country. And Labour got destroyed. We say decimated a lot. Decimated is when you lose 10%. They got halved, right? Yeah. So 5 times more than decimated. They got halved. They got destroyed. And Nigel Farage's party rose up from the ashes, from nothing, from 2 members to 1,400. I mean, just a massive, massive switch. And you can't have those kinds of movements without a lot of the Labour people voting for Farage. You know what I mean? They had defectors from the left, the Labour, to Farage's party to reform. You couldn't have moved that many seats without those people directly moving from column A to column B. So they're picking up a lot of people that used to be on the left, that used to support Starmer and his Keir Starmer is not the wanker. He is not a wanker.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I do hear that the Labour Party is pretty much shaking in its boots at this point. Like they are kicking all kinds of people out of the top brass of the party, and Keir's trying to control the top brass and keep his authority, and it's really destabilized them. I think they're on the verge of a major defeat here in the next big election, the general election.
And this is the first time that the Reform and the Green Party were out there. So imagine a brand new party or a couple new parties coming, into power in the United States and going from 1 person in Congress to suddenly 100. You know what I mean? Imagine the Democrats losing half of their seats in the House and them going to a new Make America Great Party instead. That's kind of what happened there. Absolute earthquake. And Keir Starmer is apparently out. Here's a quote from the Daily Mail. Keir Starmer has told close friends he intends to stand down as prime minister and set out an orderly timetable for his departure. A member of the cabinet told me yesterday afternoon, Keir understands the political reality. He realizes the current chaos is unsustainable. He simply wants to be able to do it in a dignified way, in a manner of his own choosing, which he will set out a timetable. According to another cabinet source, it's still unclear precisely when that announcement will be made. Some senior Starmer allies have been urging him to hold off making any statement until the first polls and canvass's data is returned from Markerfield by election, whatever that is, Makerfield. So he's saying he's going to step down, but he doesn't know when. And with this guy, man, he might mean a year from now.
Oh, yeah. I think he's going to try to hold on and push the thing forward as far as he can.
And now, when he steps down, don't get excited, folks, because Labour will replace him with someone else from Labour, right?
Yes.
Between them and their allies, they still hold the majority in Parliament, so therefore they can elect whoever they want to replace him for the next 3 and some years of his term. And that's going to be a disaster. Whoever they put in place, there's a couple key people out there whose names are being thrown around, and they are both significantly worse than Starmer.
Yeah.
If you can believe it.
Well, and that's why a lot a lot of the guys online joke around and are trying to encourage Starmer to stay as long as possible, because the longer he stays in office, the worse the labor is going to look.
Yeah. I mean, or they put someone in who's worse, and suddenly, it goes like from like Chicago, from Lightfoot to what's it, Brandon Johnson now, or from in New York City, we've now got Mamdani. You're going to go that kind of a route where they'll put some democratic socialist communist in there, and everyone will be like, yeah, this guy's 10 times worse than Starmer. How is that possible? What did we do? How did we get here?
Yeah. It's the way politics works over there, the way that they do their elections and pick their prime minister pretty much guarantees that whoever's in power can and keep rotating through people until they get voted out. So the likelihood that they put somebody who is less communist than Keir in there is highly unlikely.
Yeah, and that's not what the people want. They're going to be pissed. It's only going to get worse and worse over there for quite a little while now. For the next few years, it's really, they don't have much chance. Glenn Beck spoke at it, and I was listening to him talk on the radio the other day, and he said, he went up there and did a 5-minute speech, 6-minute speech, something like that. And he's like, I might never be able to go back to England because I spent 5 minutes up there talking about family, faith, and the foundations of free society, and why America and England are so close, and how our core values are the same. And this could get him kicked out of the UK for possibly the rest of his life, Now, Tommy reassured him, hey, the government's leaving. As soon as we get a new government, you'll be welcome back. But it's still a little worrying. There's a lot of people that would love to have been part of this, but we're too afraid to. And that says something, when your government is that tyrannical, that people are simply afraid to stand up and speak on a stage for 10 minutes because they are, the ramifications could be massive. Lose your job, go to jail, be put on a list. They talked about using facial recognition at this event. They did not use it at the, pro-IRGC, pro-Hamas rally down the road. They didn't use it there. Now, most of those people cover their faces anyways, but they used it here. So every single person that showed up there was recorded. Their names were put in a database, and there's a mark on their record. Yep. Because they showed up at a rally to support the UK, to unite the kingdom in freedom, in personal liberty, in their core values that the United Kingdom was founded on. Let's just go back to those. That's all they want. Let's go back to our core values. Let's keep England English. That'll get you kicked out. I mean, that'll get you thrown in jail. That'll get you name it. You say that online, cops are at your door 2 days later.
Yeah, and they're putting something like 20,000 people a year in prison for social media posts. There was just the story of the young man who was stabbed to death by a Sikh man, and the cops handcuffed him, and the man who was stabbed was handcuffed, and he bled out because they were trying to figure out if it was a race hate incident that caused him to get stabbed. Turns out it wasn't, but that's, doesn't matter. The kid's gone now. And so these are the kind of dystopian things that England is dealing with. And that's why that's why the change is so drastically needed, but also why the wave of reform happened, because things have gotten so dystopian.
Yeah, that was a Sikh guy, Sikh, which is a, from India, and they carry knives on them as part of their religion because they've been at war with the Muslims for so long that they've made it part of their religion that all men have to carry a knife on them at all times for battle. And so, they're allowed to do it. They're exempt from these laws. Now, this guy had an 8-inch blade on him, exempt, totally allowed to carry it because he's Sikh. Can an Englishman walk around with an 8-inch blade? Absolutely not. Now, this guy gets into some bit of a confrontation with the Sikh guy. He was a student, I think an engineering student, like 18, 19 years old, out for a night. He actually blew under the legal limit, so he wasn't drunk at all. He gets stabbed like several times into his lung. The cops show up, and the Indian guy says, "Hey, this guy said all kinds of racist slurs at me, and so I stabbed him." And so, yes, they arrested the college student, put him in the back of the van, and let him bleed out. He died. Meanwhile, the Sikh guy, they eventually found the other dude's phone on him. Right? What's he doing with his phone? He robbed him after he stabbed him. Took his phone. On that phone was a recording of the altercation where absolutely nothing racist was said whatsoever. This was a one-way street. The Sikh guy stabbed him and killed him. And who gets arrested, right?
Yep. Yep, that's very similar to the things we have going on in our blue cities here. It's how you know that if Kamala Harris would have won, this is the path we'd be heading down. They all have these globalist types, these lefties that have been infiltrated by this globalist design have decided that chaos will help them get what they want from the public, which is to give up your freedom. And they are willing to use young white men, English men, American men as cannon fodder to make sure that happens by letting people like this come into your community and do horrible things like this and not protect you. It's sad, but it's true. It happened. It happened just recently in New York. There's a couple other cases that are going on right now across the country that are involved with different things like this, and it's a sad state of affairs that they have created this kind of chaos and led to this animosity between the different groups of people.
Yeah, I just saw a statistic that in Fairfax County, 50% of all murders are from illegals.
Something like yeah.
I mean, imagine that, folks. Right outside our capital of Washington, D.C., Fairfax County, right over the river. Half of all the murders are from illegals. That is half the murders that shouldn't have to happen. And people say, "Oh no, they commit less crime. They commit way less crime." Some of them, yeah, but some of them are really, really bad hombres. As Trump said, they're not sending their best. There's a handful out there that are very dangerous dudes. Look at what happened. Remember Denver last year? What was it, Aurora, with the whole complexes there that were being run by Tren de Agua?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they took over entire neighborhoods down there, and until Trump got back in there, no one did a thing about it. Biden had no problem with that.
Yeah, and that's. Again, that would have just continued under Kamala, and that's what the governor here in Oregon is her district attorney. They have turnstiles basically at the prisons. I mean, they're in and out all the time. They don't punish the homeless or Antifa. Like it's like that in all the blue cities, unfortunately.
And don't you have some former football player who's running really well in the governor race out there?
Basketball. He's doing okay. I mean, yeah, he's polling great against the current governor, but I mean, the current governor, a ham sandwich could beat the current governor. Like she's either the second or the most unpopular governor in the country. But we have the primaries going on right now, and he's in third place in the primaries. He's not going to even be the nominee.
Do you do it like California, where the top two are Democrats and the third one's him, the Republican?
No, we still have traditional separate primaries. We do not have a jungle primary, fortunately, here.
Yeah.
I'm sure if they could get one in, they would.
When you say he's running third, is that among Republicans or is that total?
That's among the Republicans. We have two current politicians in the state that are in the state Senate that are running.
Okay.
That are leading.
Are you hopeful at all?
The guy that I voted for he's fourth place in the primary. He's not going to get that. He was a younger guy. It was a at the J6 thing, and he's more of a unity conservative, I guess you would call it, true conservative. But that's such a tiny portion of the population out here. It's like 20% of the population is true conservative. So he didn't really get too far. But the two people that are going to be in there are standard government, order GOP. They're the real problem here is that we have the entire system is full of Democrats and communists. So even if we get a Republican governor here, he's going to have an entire Democrat Senate and House to deal with.
Yeah.
So he's not, so.
My hope is that, a couple of years from now, you can go up on your roof and look out over the the Portland skyline, but see it from Greater Idaho. I want you to be living in Idaho, right on the border of the city of Portland,
That would be nice. That would be nice. If that even comes close to happening, we'd have to have enough Republicans in the Senate and House that they might not want to leave at that point. But no, I think it would be great if Oregon got the chance to better serve its more conservative side. The Portland-Salem area has basically run the entire state for 40 years.
Yeah. If not longer, really, I would imagine.
Well, they haven't had a Republican governor since 1980. So
there you go. Yeah, that's probably what I was thinking. More like it.
No, I said 40 years, not 4. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah. 48 years. Yeah, that's. I'm thinking 4 years. Wow, really?
Yeah. It's been total Democrat rule for 40 years. They've had a supermajority for 38 years.
Yeah. And, it's not really great for the people that live out in the country that just want to run their farms and be left alone,
Oh, yeah. Every policy that they put in is hurtful to that portion of Oregon. They've killed the logging industry. The ranchers and small farmers are constantly under attack from the environmentalists. It's real hard for them.
Mm-hmm. So let's see here. Let's talk about our new war. We just actually had some American activity in Nigeria where we took out one of their leaders of the, Muslim terror groups that run the slaughter campaigns across the countryside out there, where they, hack Christians apart with machetes and, drag them through the streets, you name it. It's the most brutal type of violence you can imagine, folks. You know what I mean? It really
African
is.
warfare.
Yeah, they come rolling into your little village with a bunch of motorcycles and start just tearing everything apart, burning everything down, killing everyone, slaughtering pregnant women in the most depraved way you could possibly imagine. I don't even want to get into the details. It's so vile and so violent and so horrific. But just absolute carnage that's being inflicted on the, Christian communities in Nigeria. And what do you do about it? You know what I mean? It's just, this is the same story that's been happening for centuries and centuries and centuries. Islam does not spread by love and peace, and it's spread by the sword. It always has been. It's always, everywhere it's gone, it's been spread by the sword. From the days of Muhammad himself. Read the story into Medina and what happened there when they went up and weren't very welcomed by the people. They converted in Medina, but it was a bloody, ugly battle. He was a warlord. Without any doubt, there's no dispute that Muhammad was a warlord. And so...
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so it's just, it's the way it's been done forever. It's the way it will be done forever. And, you better get used to it kind of thing. Push back or submit, But yeah, we went in and kicked some butt over there and killed a couple people. And, we're out. Are we going to be in Nigeria now on any more of a permanent basis? God only knows. I hope not.
Well, I think we've got a pretty permanent presence in Africa as it is. I mean, we've been bombing Somalia now for years. We have AFCOM. So, I mean, I'm sorry, not Somalia. It's Ethiopia that we keep dropping bombs on. One of the two. I always get the two confused when it comes to our geopolitics. But
when you're in the sky and you got your bombs, it's pretty ezy to confuse them. It's just drop it on either one. It doesn't really matter.
They're right there together. They're real close. Anyway.
Yeah. Mortar, schmortar, whatever. Just drop the bomb.
You know, the fight against ISIS and some of the other Wahhabist Islamic groups that have spread all across North Africa again. It's going to persist. I don't think that's going to go anywhere anytime soon. I think that's just kind of going to always be a low-grade conflict we have in that region. We don't really want to give over control of that region to them because they've kind of aligned themselves with the Chinese and the Russians in some circumstances strategically, but then in other places they're fighting the Russians. So it's kind of a mixed bag over there. I don't think that's ever going to be really fixed out. North Africa is a really harsh place.
Yeah. And so is China, you know. I mean, the Uyghurs in China. China did not stand up to it. You're not going to, do that in China. They'll put you in camps. They'll forcibly convert you to atheism. They will, strip your language from you, strip your culture from you, move you all the way across the country and, one by one, so you're all individually left alone in other parts of China. I mean, they systematically dismantled the Uyghurs. It's interesting. You know what I mean? It's interesting. And no one said a word. Why did nobody ever say a word about that?
Well, you know why. Because China is the next big thing.
Mm-hmm. It's the hierarchy of like DEI. You know what I mean? Who's the most oppressed? And when it's two oppressed people fighting each other, what does DEI do? Who do you root for? You know what I mean?
Yep. Well, in China, the key component is you don't ever question the greatest communist nation of ever. Because if you question the greatest communist nation of ever, that means that you question communism, and that makes you not a good communist. So you can't do that. And that's why nobody speaks out about it, is because the communists put a wet blanket on everything any kind of information that comes out of China that's negative towards the Chinese Communist government. They put their big internet wet blanket over top of it and try to suppress it wherever they can.
Oh, yeah. And they'll do it all, right? Like, why you no like a sweet and sour pork? You eat a sweet and sour pork.
Yeah.
It's a Chinese dish. You got to eat pig over there. If you don't eat pig in China, you're just not part of the crew.
Yeah. It's a big part of their diet. Rice, pork, and what was the other one? There's another one that's real big. Soybeans. Yes, soybeans. That's what it is. Right. And if you're not willing to eat pork, you're pretty much out of luck when it comes to being in South China. Maybe get some chicken. You'll get some chicken. Of course, now they're buying our beef tongues and hooves, so that's, I guess, a positive for them.
Yeah, they're like, why doesn't America want the best part of the pork, the hoof?
I'm telling you, the cow tongue is amazing. So I'm just saying we're missing out selling our cow tongue. Cow tongue is amazing.
Yeah. Cow tongue. I've Lingua. It's the closest I've come to it is a Mexican restaurant. So it's about the only place you find it that I know of.
I love it. It's delicious. We used to pickle them back home in central Pennsylvania. So
really,
oh yeah, pickled cow's tongue is delicious.
Okay, well, let's move on here.
I'll have to talk to Willie about that one.
Maria Bartiromo had on acting Attorney General Todd Blanche, who dropped what the Gateway Pundit is calling a nuclear truth bomb. He said, quote, "There's a ton of evidence that confirms the 2020 election was rigged. Multiple criminal investigations underway." He can't, talk specifics, but he did concur or admit that there are multiple criminal investigations on the way with arrests coming down the road, not very far. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I can't wait to see it.
Fingers crossed. I knock on wood, do tooth turns in the corner. Whatever your luck spell is, do it now, folks, because we're going to need it. We got to take these guys down.
And I want to know who made the call on election night to, quote unquote, stop counting the votes. In several states at the same time, for different reasons, they all announced they were going to stop counting the votes. And a lot of people went to bed at that point. They said, hey, they're going to stop counting. I personally was dead tired. I went to bed. Set my alarm for the crack of dawn the next day, woke up, and guess what? They didn't stop counting. And in fact, they counted all night, and we saw these crazy charts where all of a sudden Joe Biden got 100,000 votes out of nowhere. And Donald Trump got nothing. You know, a 1 second spot in there, 50,000 votes for Joe Biden. Literally, in just like a minute. His count went straight up and then started going to the right again. Donald Trump, his line looked normal, looked like what you would expect. It just kept, climbing at the same trajectory. Somebody made the call to tell the world that we're going to stop counting, but everybody knew. We saw the video out of Atlanta where they were pretending to put on their coats, these 5 women or so, all pretended like they're leaving. They all kind of stood around and, put their coats on, grabbed their bags, standing there talking. As soon as the coast was clear, they immediately take off their jackets, reach underneath the table, and pull out a box of ballots that were under the table and started running those through the machines multiple times in a row. And it was all caught on camera, and we all saw that. Or at least it's available. If you want to see it, it's there. Go look for it. If you don't believe me, go look it up. Fulton County.
Yeah.
They kept counting.
Yep. Fulton was pretty bad. That one was pretty bad. There was the truck driver in Pennsylvania who got a ticket. And then it was determined that he had a truckload of ballots at some point. I don't know how that ended up, but they pulled him out of his truck, opened up the truck, and there was a whole entire truck load of ballots in there. Nobody knows where they were going. They had no clue.
I remember a similar van showed up in Detroit with like New York plates and came in, after everything was supposed to be done and dropped off, umpteen million ballots.
In the morning. Yep. Yeah. They unload it. They would pull out the carts and unload the boxes and rush the carts into the counting room. Yep. And then, of course, there was the shenanigans that they've fixed in places like here in Oregon, where Judicial Watch sued our government and got 800,000 inactive voters taken off our rolls. Do you know what percentage that is of Oregon?
Yeah, that's huge.
That's 20%. That's 20% of Oregon voters were taken off the rolls because they're inactive.
Which means they don't live there. They're dead. They've moved. They're not active voters. They're not legitimately on the rolls, which is crazy. 20% of your rolls were just padded with, hey, if you know who they are, if you have that list of who the ineligible are, you have a list of people that aren't going to say boo if you vote in their place.
Correct.
And send out those ballots. When you're mailing out ballots, lickety-loo to anybody with an address, you're going to send all kinds of them to crazy places where they don't belong. How many stories have we had of people getting 4, 5, 6 ballots in the mail for different people who may or may not have even lived in that residence at some point in the past?
Still happening right now in the primaries in Oregon. People are getting ballots for people that haven't lived at their address for years.
It's crazy, man. It's criminal. How can you have free and fair elections when you just send 1 million ballots out into the wind and kind of see what comes back and sticks on, on the wall? It's ridiculous. And I can't wait to see, responsible people get involved in this thing and fix it once and for all so that we're not dealing with this crap anymore. It's just garbage. We need to see people go to jail. We need to see people scared to death of doing these mail-in ballots because they'll realize it's just way too dangerous. No country in the world does mail-in ballots. They've tried it, but they got rid of them immediately, And yet India, with its billions of people, can get to announce, the results that night. They hand count them all. They don't have machines. They hand count them. And it all works out perfectly fine like it did in America for decades, if not a century. I mean, how long have we been collecting ballots, counting them, and then announcing the winner? It wasn't until
150 years, 160 years at a national level, something like that.
Oh man, I would say it's our 250th anniversary. I'd say we've been doing it since day one. We've pretty much been able to get the results, rather instantly, as long as we've had cars and interstates. You know what I mean? Or phones, or
it shouldn't be any more than 24 hours to count and have results from an election. I'm sorry. It just shouldn't. There's no reason for it to be the way it is other than for somebody to cheat. It shouldn't take a month to count ballots that are mailed in over a 2-month period. That shouldn't be the way elections work. What that is a competition to collect ballots.
Yeah, and it all stems from the fact that you've got so many ballots floating out there in the wind that are in the postal system that they say, hey, we need like another 5-6 days to see how many more come in through the postal system. If they're postmarked on election day, then they're valid votes. But I say, if you're going to mail in your ballot, you have to have it postmarked at least a week before election day. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be a convenience. They send them out months ahead of time. You've had the thing sitting on your kitchen table for literally a month and a half, and you're going to wait till the last second to mail it in? It shouldn't count. You know what I mean? It should say right on there, big letters. If you're going to mail this in, it's got to be postmarked by a week before election day. That way there's just no excuse to hold up counting past election day,
And you can always walk right into the office in your district and turn it in at the office. Have a drop box right there in the office. You can take it in and put it right in, and that ends any need to have an extended mailing period.
Yeah, and I don't know, man. It's really simple. It's really simple, and folks, it's so important. If we don't have 100% credibility in our elections, then you get chaos. You get this horrible, horrible situation here where you get somebody like a Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, who, we were talking about this on Wednesday, when they want to demoralize you, they force somebody like a Joe Biden into a presidency where everybody can see that the emperor has no clothes. Everybody could see that the guy was senile. Before he even got elected, he sat in his basement through his entire election cycle. His speeches were slurred, were slow, jumbled. His gait was that of an extremely elderly man. He's not the kind of guy that you would elect to be the leader of the free world, yet he won. How? How? It was cheated. It turns out they've got the evidence. They've got it. They've got it in Arizona. They've got it in Georgia and a few other states where shenanigans took place. Heck, remember in Michigan they put cardboard pizza boxes up in the windows?
I remember that, yep.
Yeah, they told all the Republican ballot counters, that they could go to lunch. It was their time to go have lunch. And when they went out for lunch, they came back and everything was locked. And they put these pizza boxes in the windows so they couldn't even see in. If that's not cheating, I don't know what is.
Why else would you try to hide? Why else would you try to hide?
Yeah, there's no other reason you would do that unless you were up to something no good.
Yep.
I mean, I can't think of any reason why you would do that. Why you would tell them to all go to lunch and then lock them out for the rest of the day and put, cardboard over the windows. Just unreal that we live in a society where that isn't even, like, people should have been screaming bloody murder from the rooftops when that happened, and nobody did. I mean, a lot of people did. I did. I'm sure you did, Doc. But
oh yeah, absolutely.
But Ted Koppel.
Well, the mainstream media is complicit in this. I hate to say this, but the purpose of a system is what it does. Our systems are screwed up because they want them to be screwed up, because they want to be able to pick and choose who gets in instead of the people.
Yeah. Well, I believe it, man. I believe it. It's a sad world. But anyway, folks, we've got to go to break. This is the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show, Sunday night edition. And we'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors.
All right. We're on radio break.
Okay.
Cow tongue.
I'll be right back.
Yuck.
Yes, cow tongue is delicious. Discuss amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
No.
Oh, yeah. I got to take my flag down.
I'm from southwestern PA originally. I don't like it. I don't do organ meat at all. Yeah. Stremp, they call it. Yep.
Oh, no, we left you hanging. Sorry about that, Mark.
Oh, it happens.
Oh, telling you, though, cow tongue it's the softest cut of meat.
No.
It's so good.
No.
You don't know what you're missing.
No. No. I don't do tongue, kidney, liver, stomach, any of that.
Many people are that way. Many people are that way. You ever had Rocky Mountain oysters?
No. No.
Rocky Mountain
oysters.
I
would enthusiastically try cheek, but tongue I would reluctantly try.
Yeah, I kind of draw the line at like the more weird, like the head meat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good on head meat. Like
yeah,
tongue is, yeah.
No, with pork, okay, I'm fine if you cut the meat right off the side of the jaw, because that's good meat right there. I mean, it's really marbleized, real nice, makes great bacon if you smoke it and cut it thin enough.
Yeah.
Tripe is the worst thing I've ever had in my life.
Meat. Yeah, exactly, and that's cow tongue.
No, tripe is stomach.
Huh?
Yes. Tripe is stomach.
Stomach, okay.
That's what they put in the menudo.
Stremp.
I love me some menudo.
Stremp is tongue, right?
Lingua
that's a
Spanish,
Jamaican thing.
That might be. It might be. Yeah. Now I'm a big fan of menudo. I love red menudo. It's delicious.
I can't eat menudo. I don't even like the smell of it.
Yeah. I can understand the smell part. I mean, Sundays and Saturdays down in Eloy, you could smell the menudo in the air.
No. Yeah, my neighbor Nina. Well, yeah, she loves it. I'm like, get that.
Nothing better for you, and when you got a cold, man, I'll tell you what, that'll kick a cold's butt.
Caldo. Caldo is like a beef soup. That's better, I think.
No, I grew up. We had a ranch kind of next to where we lived.
30 seconds.
We got to try all the crazy stuff, all the crazy different cuts of meat that they couldn't sell.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here.
We used to get all our good sausage and stuff like that from Frohliners and Pudliners. That's Pudliners is in Johnstown. Frohline. 3, 2, 1. You're live.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show, Sunday night edition. And let's see, we had also big news this week, Doc, with the China trip with President Trump and his entourage, he had lead executives from, like a who's who of American business was on Air Force One going over there. It's almost a national liability to put that much, net worth on one plane.
I had that thought. I had that thought as well.
Yeah, especially to send them all into China, Red China, But hey, it went well. It seems like a lot of good things happened. Now, did you see the interesting thing they did right when they left?
No, I did not. What happened?
They took every gift, every burner phone they brought, everything, and they put them in a big, container as they got on Air Force One and left them all behind. Right?
Not surprised. Not surprised. Probably smart. That was probably a smart thing to do.
Yeah. Here's from Thomas Whitaker. The U.S. delegation just threw every Chinese gift into a trash bin at the foot of Air Force One before boarding in full view of cameras. The last time a U.S. president's team performed a visible public discard of host country materials on a tarmac during a major summit, it made, oh God, I'm going to have to click through to read more. I don't want to click through to read more. But yeah, pretty rare. They give you these gifts. Mr. Trump, Honorable Trump, here's our family flag with our, this is a memorial gift that we're giving to you and your family for a lifetime. And they just left it in a bin and said, no thanks, because there's probably chips in there. There's God only knows, right? Remember the Israeli beepers they gave to Hezbollah?
Exactly. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But I found that kind of humorous because it's I don't know. Is it a form of disrespect? Or did they say, wow, man, these guys are smart?
Well, I think it's actually pretty telling, actually, about how bad the meetings actually went. Yes, both sides announced good things. That's awesome for the public, right? But if you're paying attention to that kind of behavior, you're looking at two groups of people who don't trust each other at all. And while they may be saying nice things about each other to the press, I'm fairly certain there is a deep distrust that's going to lead to counterproductiveness between China. I think there's a reason why Trump came home and was like, oh yeah, we're going to let 500,000 students come in. And I think there's a reason he did that. He wanted to turn down the heat a little bit between the two, because I think that the meeting didn't quite go as well as he thought, or as the media was told.
And I posted an article about that and said something along the lines of, this is not what I voted for with Donald Trump. He came out and said, yeah, there's no problem with us having 500,000 Chinese in our schools, and there's no problem with China buying farmland near military bases. Do you want to see the price of farmland drop through the floor? Tell the Chinese they can't buy it anymore. I think most people would say, okay, if the price of real estate, goes down because China can't buy farmland, that's a sacrifice that we're willing to make. Okay? That's a common sense sacrifice. And it also happens to make it more affordable to start a farm. So, we don't need farmland to be $1 million an acre when it only, can produce X. I really disagree with that. And how many Americans are in Chinese schools? How many of our brightest minds go to China and study nuclear physics and come back with all kinds of heads full of knowledge that can be used in, diplomatic and war efforts, Is that even a thing?
I can't imagine it's many. I can't imagine it's many. We have all of the elite universities in this country.
Mm-hmm. Or any, really.
Yeah.
If you are sending your kid off to China to go to college, that's, I don't know, who does that? Elizabeth Warren? Bernie Sanders?
Tim Walz, maybe?
Tim Walz, yeah. Anyone else? Sure. We can come up with a few more names. Nancy Pelosi?
No, I think her daughters went to Columbia, I believe.
Doesn't surprise me. Or even Stanford,
Yeah, something like that. So one of those two. But that's the thing. That this is what we're talking about. We're talking about 500,000 students coming in and taking 500 positions that could be available for American students, and the same with the farmland. This is farmland that could go to, if it's not going to go to a private farmer, it could go to a corporation. But at least it's an American corporation providing jobs for Americans. Well, when we're talking about letting China come in here, it's not just letting them take up spots either. They're also like more than half of them are going to be spies. We just had a mayor arrested in California, Acadia, where she was admitted to being a Chinese spy got 10 years in prison for it. So, I mean, you're going to let a bunch of people in to be spies? Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. I mean, we're not Canada. Canada's already, mastered this. They got more Chinese in Canada than they know what to do with. But I don't see the natural synergy between our countries. In other words, they're a communist country that is hell-bent to take over the world. We shouldn't be working with them. We shouldn't be buying products from them. We shouldn't have much trade with them. Sure, we can have some, a little bit of tourism, I guess, But at the end of the day, we really don't need strong ties with China. We want them with Taiwan because Taiwan is a beacon of freedom over there. But China, no thank you.
Oh, yeah, and that's same with Japan and the Philippines. Those are all countries that we should have good relations with, not China.
Exactly. Any dollar of trade we can move to, the Philippines over China is a dollar I'm happy to send over there, It's like North Korea or South Korea, right? You work with South Korea, you love them, you embrace them, they're awesome. But North Korea, no thank you. When's the last time you went to a North Korean barbecue?
Do they have barbecue? I thought they were all starving. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's just an old shoe. They just have an old shoe on a grate.
Yeah. It's so wild to me too that this kind of points in the direction that Iran wasn't really about China either. Even though we did manage to hurt China a little bit, a good amount of their oil flow has been cut off from Iran. So that's, it hurts them, but it kind of points to the idea if we're willing to make these kind of deals with China, then going after Iran wasn't to hurt China because it doesn't seem like we're making a good deal. I don't know. Yeah. It just, the two different counterpoints there don't weigh out. They don't balance.
Yeah, I hear you. And I don't know, man, we need to support our allies and give them every advantage in the world. And to countries that don't align with our principles, then, we don't have to be pricks about it, but just discourage trade, very high tariffs, make it harder for, you go into Walmart and every last damn thing in there is made in China. That needs to come to an end. We need to be buying American, or at least, heck, even Vietnam. They're still communists, but they're better at it. They're nowhere near as brutal.
Well, they're at least willing to work with us and trade with us. Like, we have all kinds of other partners that are at least somewhat capitalistic and not trying to take over the entire world. You would think we could, give out a little extra to them and take some from China. I mean, India, for example, India's playing both sides right now. If we went hard on China in our trade policy and convert a lot of our resource as far as manufacturing, things like that in India, that would better serve us because at least India wants to be in good standing with the West. China doesn't care if they're in good standing with us at all.
Yeah, exactly. And India is a democracy, albeit a completely broken and defunct democracy. It's still a democracy, Yeah. And hey, we want to expand that. We want them to get all the goods, and I wish we would focus much, much more on India, except with the Christmas cookies. I don't know if you ever saw any of those videos.
Yeah, but I make my Christmas cookies. I'm not buying Christmas cookies anyway. So if you're buying Christmas cookies, that's your fault. Don't buy Christmas cookies. Make them.
Well, and especially don't buy the ones made in India. Okay, just don't do it.
Yeah.
If your Christmas cookies are made in India, just run away. Just look it up on YouTube if you don't know what I'm talking about. It's a horrifying scenario, but yeah, I'd much rather have a country like that, or there's so many countries in the world that have people that really need to advance, that could use the opportunities, that deserve it so much more than China does, and look at their country. It's a beautiful place. They've done a lot of good with the big cities. Trust me, if you could go to Beijing and be blown away, have the time of your life, be blown away. But there's a lot of darkness behind all the modern technology and everything that happens in there. But anyway, folks, we've got to go to break again. This is the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show. We'll be right back with hour 2 right after these messages.
All right. Great first hour.
All right. That went by quick.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
It
Move
did.
by.
I'm going to wait until this one kind of runs down a little bit more, and then we'll get you set up
Switch over.
for hour 2.
Yeah.
Without the hard boy.
I'm definitely asking Willie about cow tongue. He'll back me up.
Oh my God! Yuck!
I
Yuck!
sent Willie an article, and I was hoping he would pick this up about how like some Kentucky Derby people and whatnot were involved with cockfighting in Puerto Rico.
I saw that article
What?
on your I saw that article on your feed, and I laughed really hard because the underground cockfighting has gotten huge in the United States since we've imported so many Latinos over the years, and you would be utterly shocked at how easy it is to find a cockfight.
But I want Willie to come in and be very confused about what cockfighting actually is.
That will make for good entertainment.
Willie, no, it's chickens. Roosters.
Yeah. Chickens. Put that away, Willie. Put it away.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Ah, yes.
Ooh. Well,
yeah, I was
guess it's
laughing pretty
close
hard
enough.
at that too.
Let's.
We're switching rooms?
Yeah, let's go ahead and see if we can get a hold of him. All right. All right. That was hour 1 of the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show. Coming up is hour 2. And we will be coming up to you in just a sec. Let me fix this all up on OBS, and then I'll make the call. There we go. Make the call now. Hey, Doc. Welcome back in.
Yes.
Uh-oh. Willie's going to be like, I didn't get... There he is. Hey, Willie.
Hi.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes.
I, man.
Are you there?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I hear you.
I hear you too.
Okay, all right. I hear you too, Willie.
I don't want to
let me
listen to you two right now, but I hear him.
Hey, man, let me tell you something about you.
Oh, no, not that.
Know.
Uh-oh.
Well, you know about you because you is like a sheep, right?
Yeah, yeah, man. Hey, yeah, you're the smart one in the family, ain't you? Come on.
Come on now.
So, Willie, did you see that article about cockfighting?
Yeah, man. Hey, I saw it, man. About them 2 horse racers and that that Magical League Baseball, whatever you call it, MLB. Yeah, he was a part of all that cockfighting and stuff, man. Hey, that cockfighting is predominant down south, man. Hey, that's cultural to them people down there. Where was it? Puerto Rico. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read up on it, man.
I was thinking it'd be funny if you were just very confused about what cockfighting really is.
Well, the thing is, though, is, hey, what you're doing, man, is you're leading into what they call innuendo and that kind of stuff, man.
You know, we already have a Willie.
Hey, I thought about doing something about Little Willie, man. I got Willie. I got this kid hanging around the farm, man, and we call him Little Willie. I walk around with my Little Willie, and we have a good time all day long.
Quit playing with Little
on.
Willie, anyways. You're blind, man.
All right,
can you dress him up as a cock and teach him how to fight?
Yeah, we got 30 seconds to the Willie's Worm Farm Roundtable Radio
It's
Show.
Rob Long. Get ready.
Man, I can't believe it's already. I can't believe it's already Willie Day again.
Oh yeah.
This week went fast, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. That Doc 69 in the house too. Hello, Doc 69.
Uh-oh, watch out for your wallet, buddy.
I gotta put it in the safe. Hold on.
Forget the combo.
How's life treating you, Willie?
Man, life is good.
Good.
It can't get no better.
It'd be way better if you had about 350.
No, I don't even need that, man. Hey, we want to talk about Donald Trump's pool, man.
His pool?
Yeah, y'all heard about Donald Trump's pool, man?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Donald Trump got him a pool, man. Hey, he hired that guy on to do some painting up there in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, he's got to get his pool painted.
I can't believe, man, y'all ain't heard about Donald Trump's pool, man. Hey,
you're talking about the reflection pool, yeah.
Yeah, hey, a gallon. Hey, I looked it up, man. Hey, I studierized it. We can talk about it a little bit later on if y'all want to, man. Hey, this guy's using pool paint. It costs $3,850 to $5,950 a gallon. Can you tell me what paint costs that much a gallon?
Government paint, Willie. Government paint. It's a whole different technology.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Hey, but you got to know there's going to be some kickbacks going on.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's going to be
over at the DuPont. Over at the DuPont plant.
Hey, Willie, you know it's red and smells like blue paint?
Yeah. Probably. I don't know.
Red paint.
You lost me, man. You don't went over my head. Come on.
I'm glad. You can listen to the repeat of the show tomorrow and see if you can figure that one out.
Yeah, hey, I've been listening to repeats of the shows, man. Past shows. I come across something called Platheon or something. And they got all the shows on there. I don't know who runs that. I thought I was Doc 69 that was running that. Platheon.
No.
Yeah, look it up, man. Platheon. Hey, Censorship Sucks. Roundtable Radio Show is everywhere, man. Everywhere.
That's right.
Yes. All over the interwebs.
I got a producer who's what you call one of them video whores.
Hey, man. Hey, I looked up the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show. I found it everywhere except for on the radio. we supposed to be radioizing out of San Antonio and radioizing out of Australia, man. Hey, I can't find it.
TMV
hey,
Cafe.
Hey, that's what I want to know. Hey, Mark, if I am in San Antonio, Texas, and I'm riding down the highway in my vehicle, what radio station do I tune into to hear the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show?
TMV Cafe.
TMV Cafe.
Yep. I don't know what the call letters are or their number is, but that's who broadcasts us out of San Antonio.
All right. Check it out, man. We need
30 seconds, fellas.
Hey, we need to get rich and famous, man. It's all good. Done got all my money. Come on.
Again?
That thief. Every time.
Okay, look out, cats, dogs, kids, Kurt climbers, crumb beggars, and the rest of you folks.
That's time to get a drink.
5, 4,
Can I go get
3,
Yeah, go ahead.
2, 1, and you're live and on the radio side right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hour 2 of the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show. It is Sunday night, May 17th, 2026. And if you're any fan of the show, you know it's time where we just start talking about the World Cup in soccer, man. I am Mr. Soccer here going into the summer, into the World Cup. I'm so excited. Are you, Doc?
I'm Team USA dreaming.
Yeah. Hey,
Honestly,
hey, Willie, what's going
I
on,
could
man?
care less about the World Cup, man. Care less. What? Willie, is that you? You got a new format, man. How'd you get in here?
I ain't gonna talk about soccer. No, hey, we won't talk about Willie. Hey, this here's the Willie Hour. Doggone, man. Now, hey, for all y'all out there in Radio Land don't know, man, I gotta give my intro. My name is Willie Lee. I run Willie's Worm Farm down in Waldo, Florida, and Willie's Cricket Emporium up in Sandy Run, South Carolina, man. Hey, I sell worm hot dogs and pea jugs too. Hey, and these folks right here on the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show, they kindly, out of the goodness of their hearts, invite me to come on to their show, man. Hey, to do what they call some entertainment, man. Hey, but I don't know about entertainment. Hey, I just want, hey, how y'all doing tonight? Come on.
Doing
good,
great. Willie, I got to tell you, man, last week I went to a Dollar General and there was this homeless person sleeping outside. And they had, I swear to you, they had a Willie Lee pea jug that was about half full that they were kind of curled up next to. On the ground, sitting there, are one of your pea jugs this homeless guy was using.
Yeah. Hey, man. Hey, those things are selling like hotcakes. Hey, and if y'all know what else is selling like hotcakes, I'm telling you, man, hotcakes. Hey, y'all go to Amazon. Hey, everybody out in Radio Land, go to Amazon. This ain't no joke.
Your hotcakes are selling like hotcakes?
Yeah, no, my books, man, comic books.
They worm hotcakes?
Yeah, hey, no, hey, I mean, y'all, hey, you're sidetracking me, man. Hey, I got to promote some stuff going on right here. Hey, y'all look it up. The Adventures of Willie Lee and Friends on Amazon, man. Hey, these are some of the best comic books you ever read before in your life, man. Hey, they was wrote by this pretty girl named Kimberly Fulmer. Yeah, that's what her name is. She wrote them all, and she did all the illustrations and everything else, man. The Adventures of Willie Lee and Friends. Hey, I'm telling you, man, that's something to look at. Hey, and if y'all want to, y'all can go to my website, man, at Willie Lee V. Willie Lee V at gmail.com, man. Hey, I'm selling my I can't sell my underwear. I'm not going to sell my chumderwear on the radio station.
Come on. You know, I don't like you talking about that stuff. It's nasty. Nobody wants to hear about it. Certainly none of our audience wants to buy it, okay? Your pea jugs, whatever, go ahead. That stuff is nasty.
No, hey, there's a market for used underwear, man, and these...
I said, would you please move on, Willie? Could you please move on?
Hey, you catch catfish with them, man.
They sell them
Why don't you be a fanboy for Trump again? I know you're his biggest fan, aren't you? Donald Trump, you love that man. You suck up to him. You kiss his butt every time you come on here. I swear.
Yeah. No, hey, I ain't even gonna lie, man. I love Donald Trump. I'm telling you, hey, but he like I said before, man. He like a big brother or something. He's like that crazy uncle. He does stuff you just don't understand, man. I'm telling you. Hey, that cat thing is called I got a bug on me, man. Hold on, I'm get a bug off me. No, hey, they got this thing. No, it's called a reflecting pool up there. Y'all seen it on the movie with Forrest Gump, man, where she come running through the water and she talking about Forrest. He run out there
In the
talking about
National Mall.
Jenny,
Yeah, we're familiar with the
Jenny.
National Mall.
Yeah, man. Hey, I would. Hey,
Jenny
then
was
it's
the villain of that movie, by the way.
Yeah, no, that was that was not Forrest Gump's son. There at the end of the movie, that was some
No, it
other
was
man's
not.
son. Yeah, no,
Correct.
hey, and then Forrest Gump, she brought that kid up there for Forrest to raise. Talking about Forrest, here's your son. He raised some kid that wasn't even here. You get me sidetracked though, man. How
She
I
was
told
not a
y'all
good
something.
woman. I mean,
Yeah,
I'll
no,
tell you that. I wouldn't put it
no,
past her. Not a
yeah,
good woman.
she come down with the AIDS and all kind of stuff to inspect him, take care of her. She dirty dogged him. She dirty dogged him all her life, and all he did was love her, man. And not hate, but you
Well, that's an
sidetracking me.
excellent film theory
Huh?
concept. Did
Yeah,
she give Forrest AIDS? Do you think
yeah,
Forrest ended up with AIDS?
yeah. No, I don't think
Possibly.
that never.
I
I
don't
don't.
think
Hey,
so.
yeah, no, hey, I don't even know that they ever done it, man. I mean, they kind of done it one time or something, but
They got
they
they
might
got
not have done
married.
it after that.
At the
You're
end of the movie, they get
sidetracking me, though,
married
man.
and have their
Hey,
honeymoon.
hey,
So
hey,
I'm sure
Donald
they
Trump.
consummated.
No,
But I mean,
yeah,
this is
no,
good stuff, Willie. This is great radio. Let's stay on
yeah,
this.
yeah, no, man. Hey, I want to talk about this reflecting pool they got, man. Hey, they gonna spend. Hey, the baseline contract for this pool is $6.9 million to paint this thing, man. Hey, and then it
Uh-huh.
increased. Hey, I studiorized it, man. Then the contract increased to $13.1 million. I got it right here in front of me. Hey, and that
Uh-huh.
breaks down to a gallon of gas. Hey, it's it's going to take 2,200 to 3,400 gallons of industrial marine pool coating to completely cover the basin.
Uh-huh.
Doggone, man. No, hey, and I
Yeah,
figured
watch
it
out
up,
for
man.
those flies.
Yeah, no, hey, I
Yeah,
figured
it's
it
like
up,
what they
man.
put on boats.
Yeah,
It's the
hey,
stuff they put on underneath a boat or a yacht or
yeah,
whatever to keep the stuff from
yeah,
pooping on it.
yeah. Yeah, but 1 gallon of it costs $3,850 to
Yeah.
$5,950 a gallon. That's
Well,
a
it's because the
gallon.
government's buying it.
Yeah,
That's the
no,
government.
no.
The Navy's paying 5 times that.
Yeah, but you know what, man? Hey, the thing about it is the guy that's doing it is Donald Trump's pool boy. He got Donald Trump's pool. He said, "Hey, man, look at him." He said, what you can do, man, I'll give you this here contract." And Donald Trump's pool guy, man, he takes care of all Donald Trump's golf
Is that
courses and.
Pablo from Mar-a-Lago?
Yeah, no. Hey, I
It might
got
be
the guy.
Vanilla Ice.
Yeah,
Remember Vanilla Ice had that TV show where he made all the pools?
He did. He did.
It could be Vanilla Ice. I'd be really pumped if that was Donald Trump's pool boy. I mean, if Vanilla Ice is your pool boy, you're doing something right.
This is true.
Yeah, no, hey, yeah, the Green Water Services, man, Donald Trump's pool boy. Hey, now you got to know that they're going to be some kickbacks. Hey, Donald Trump's smart. I'm telling you, Donald Trump ain't dumb. Hey, you know they got to be some kickbacks. But I listened to him talking the other day, and they was asking him about the war in Iran and everything. He come out and said, you know what? He said, I'll tell you what. He said straight up, man, he didn't crack a smile or nothing. Hey, they say, well, what do you think about Americans and their financial situation and everything with the war going on, man? Donald Trump, with a straight face, he said, I don't care. bit about American finance.
Oh, you're going to make me pull up the whole clip, aren't you? You're taking them out of context. You saw the out of context one. They do it to them all the time.
I watched the whole thing. He said, I don't care about America's finances as long as Iran does not get a nuclear weapon. Hey, and the thing about it is, though, man, is Iran ain't nowhere near even having a nuclear bomb.
Not anymore.
Hey, and if they are, it's because Obama and Hillary gave them a whole bunch of uranium. They said, "Yeah, take this." They said it's like a drug, man. He's like, "Okay, yeah, it's like the cop. He gonna give you drugs and then bust you for having illegal drugs."
You know what this reminds me of is when they left the monkeys in a room with CNN on. Willie, did somebody leave CNN on in your house?
Yeah, no, hey, it's funny though, man.
I think somebody put CNN on in your house. You've been listening to it.
No, I'm looking at it right here, man. Blue Channel News. Trump was asked about Americans struggling financially because of the Iran conflict. He said he does not think about Americans' financial situation as long as Iran doesn't get a nuclear weapon. Hey, he's a good president.
Blue Channel News. You said Blue Channel News?
Yeah, Blue Channel News, man. Hey, and that's the same.
Like the mainstream media is center, and they're Blue Channel. They're like left of mainstream media. They're far left news.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know, man. Hey, all I know is this. Hey, I get my news off of TikTok, man.
Oh, there you go.
It's the best news source on the planet, I'm telling you.
Well, there's your first problem.
Yeah, it called Your Blue Channel on TikTok. Trump's
We ought to wean you on TikTok and put you on a small diet of late comedy shows for your news.
Yeah, no, man. Hey, I got out there and I've been watching all this TikTok this past week, man. I got out there with my chainsaw and I almost chopped my leg off, man. I'm telling you. Hey, let me tell you something, man. Hey, I got to looking it up. Hey, I got a pretty chainsaw, man. Hey, this chainsaw, it's a Husqvarna 440 and it is beautiful, man. Hey, and I got to wondering to myself, I said, self, I wonder if I can get married to my chainsaw. And I thought to myself, that'd be something else, man. Hey, if I could marry my chainsaw. And I'm sitting there
California,
thinking,
you can, for sure.
Yeah, no, hey, chainsaw love.
How are you going to consummate that wedding?
Yeah, no, hey, I'm going to write a girl. No, hey, that's my next movie, man. It's going to be called Chainsaw Love. Now, it ain't going to be like Aunt Mama Lou. Aunt Mama Lou got some big old biscuits. My chainsaw ain't got no big old biscuits, man. Hey, but that thing will purr, and it will hum. I'm telling you, look at that. Hey,
that does not sound pleasant. That sounds dangerous.
Yeah, no, hey, I looked it up, man. About marrying what they call inanimate objects, man. It's called objectum sexuality, sometimes referred to as objectophilia, man. There is such a thing. It's the romantic attraction to inanimate objects. Well, and there are all kind of cases, man, where people are celebrating their love affairs with items like, hey, this one person tried to marry the Berlin Wall. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, they wanted to marry the
you want to marry
Tower.
your chainsaw?
Yeah, man. Hey, I'm telling you, man. Hey, there ain't no kind of love that you can have for anything than a chainsaw that's working right, man.
I'll tell you what, Willie. You come back next week. Let's have a wedding on the show live. I will officiate it, and I will marry you to your chainsaw.
Yeah, hey, we can do it, man.
We'll do it live on the air next week, and you're going to get married to your chainsaw on the air. I will officiate it.
I pick up that chainsaw, I go outside, I said, let's go make some sawdust, baby. Hey, you gotta love a chainsaw. Hey, I'm gonna get me one of them big ones, though, man. Hey, this in here, a little old 18-inch, man. I'm gonna get me one of them big old 20-inch girls, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, no, hey, the bigger the better, man. Give me a big old black chainsaw. I'm telling you, man. Hey, I love my chainsaw, man. Hey,
now,
I'm telling
Willie, you can't just like willy-nilly be replacing. Once you get married to a chainsaw, you're married till death do you part. You can't just willy-nilly go substitute the new, bigger, badder, blacker model.
Yeah, no, hey, until it dies. It can die whenever I want it to. Hey, and then
that is how they are different than women. That they are different than women in that way.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I looked up. Hey, you cannot legally marry an inanimate object, but hey, you know what? You can have what they call a symbolic commitment ceremony, and there are people that have symbolic commitment ceremonies to inanimate objects, man. Hey, I'm telling you, man.
Next week, on this show.
I've been looking into it, man. I'm telling you.
Good. I'm very excited for you.
That sounds very dangerous. I'm just saying. I think you might want to get this checked. Make sure that you have all your safety harnesses and gear. It sounds very dangerous.
Oh yeah. Now, Willie, for the honeymoon, is this a 2-stroke or a 4-stroke?
No, hey, I don't even know, man. Hey, it got 2-cycle oil.
You seem to me like a 2-stroke kind of guy.
Man, hey, you can 2-stroke it or 4-stroke it, man, and you get the same result. Come on. I'm telling you, man. Hey, I quickie. What they call a quickie. You got that wrong. I can get the job done. You know what I'm saying, man? Come on. Hey, I've been looking.
The size, huh?
Hey, I've been looking at something else too, man. Hey, the sale of Dominion voting systems, man. Hey, there's a Republican that bought Dominion voting systems, and then he went and changed the name. I can't find out. Called Liberty Vote. It's called Liberty Vote now. They got these fake vote machines, man. These same fake voting machines, Liberty Vote, and used to be Dominion. Hey, they can take these machines and they can make win who they want to win. Come on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Which is why we could not have those machines. I didn't even care who owns the company.
Yeah. No, hey, that's what they're using.
Well, I think we should just hack into them and cheat. I mean, that's what the Democrats do, right?
Yeah, hey, CNN reports Dominion voting systems. The election vendor that was falsely accused of rigging the 2020 election is being sold and rebranded as Liberty Vote. Hey, they done come out and found out that those things were hooked up to servers and that they can manipulate the votes, man. Everybody knows the truth. The voting machines were manipulated up in Wisconsin. There was manipulated up in Pennsylvania. There was I can't say that word.
Arizona.
Yeah, out in Arizona and down in Atlanta, man. Yeah, hey, we like a third world country, man. I'm telling you.
Yes.
Hey,
yes. Oh, yeah. Our voting system is definitely worse than the third world countries.
Yeah. I'm telling you. Hey, look at that. Hey, Donald Trump, he's smart. I'm telling you. He's smart. He said he's going to take over Cuba now. Hey, first he said he's going to take over Greenland. Then he said he's going to take over Cuba. Then he said he's going to take over Canada. He's a troll. Come on.
I think this case scenario right now is kind of what's happening in Venezuela, where they got new people in there, and the new people are scared to death of Donald Trump after what he did to Maduro. So they're just kind of playing ball. You know what I mean? No one's being a real jerk about things down there. They're ready to play ball and say, okay, we can give the people a little freedom as long as you don't kill us.
Hey, they got this dwarf, man. He runs North Korea. He's a little old tiny fella, man. He big around, but he's a little old tiny fella. They call him Kim.
His daughter's cute, though. His daughter's cute, though.
Yeah. He got 2 or 3 of them, man. I think they poised to take over if something happens to him. But he said, look at him. He said, if anything happens,
he doesn't even go to the bathroom. That man does not have to go to the bathroom.
Well, it's because he's a supreme being.
Yeah. He is a supreme being, man. I'm telling you. Hey, but look at him. He got a mandate, and they call it an etiquette or something or another. There's another word for it, man. Hey, I ain't smart as y'all are. Hey, but he said, look at him. He said, if anything happens to me, like happened to that fella down there in Venezuela, he said, if somebody tries to tries to off me, or if they try to kidnap me, he said, I got the nuclear strike to happen right now. He said that is the standard orders, that if anything happens to him, he's going to start firing off nukes, man.
I don't doubt it, but you got to think Japan has like the Iron Dome, right? Japan has to have some sort of system like that where they can just shoot down. Like, if, he's really going to throw a nuke into Tokyo. There's no way they're just going to let that, land there. They're going to shoot it out of the sky.
No. He said he wants to fire one into Israel. That's what he wants to do. He told Russia. He said, "Look, He said, if y'all need me for anything, y'all just call me up, man." He said, "I'll be there for you. Come on."
You know how many airspaces he has to cross to get to Israel?
They did send North Korean troops to Ukraine.
Yeah. Yeah, they sure did.
4 hours flying over China.
Yeah, them people come back and they're like heroes, man. But there's some other stuff we need to talk about, man. I got all kind of other stuff in the line.
That's why we're going to go to break right now.
I want to tell you.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more of the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show right after these messages.
No, flat Earth, man. Hey, come on.
You didn't get it in. Too late.
Man, y'all killing me.
Oh, my God.
Oh, you're funny, Willie.
Trump went to see Xi over in China, and they give Xi the bigger seat. I got a picture. Xi, whatever his name is. They got G sitting up on a high chair, and they got Trump sitting up on a low chair.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's why they threw out all the gifts when they got on the plane.
Yeah, they threw out all the gifts, and they didn't eat none of the food. They said they was worried about nanoparticles.
Mm-hmm.
It's like why you don't drink the water in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it could have also been dog. You don't know. You never know. Just got to watch out for that.
Very likely, yeah. Who knows?
And that's the quickest 20-25 minutes in radio.
Yeah, it was only 15. I played some tricks with time and space to make that happen.
Yeah.
It's amazing how you fit that 1 hour into 25 minutes, Willie. Because you said you're here for a whole hour at the beginning of the segment.
The Willie Hour, man. Hey, the Willie's Worm Farm Roundtable Radio Show. No, hey, we still broadcasting.
It's oblong.
No, we still broadcasting live from the billboard out to I-26 and down to I-10 and I-75 and I-77 and 285 down and goes around Atlanta. And I-20, I-20 runs all the way from I-95 in Florence, South Carolina. All the way to I-10.
Did you ever pay that fine for taking that light bulb out and plugging your stuff into where that light bulb was up on the billboard?
No, shit, you ain't supposed to toll that, man. Hey, you get in trouble for stealing electricity, man. I'm telling you. Hey, I want to tell y'all something else too. Hey, I found out that my great granddaddy, his name was Robert E. Lee. Hey, he was a traitor. Hey, Robert E. Lee. I'm telling you, everybody out there, you might like Robert E. Lee, but the man was a traitor. Took all them troops up to the north to Gettysburg to have them slaughtered. And then when he got done, they turned them over to Grant down there at Appomattox Courthouse, man. Hey, and he left the South defenseless, man. Hey,
no, that's not a traitor, Willie. He was a patriot.
That's what happened. And then after the war, they gave
the Confederacy were traitors, right? So anything that's the North is considered, good.
Yeah, no, he was a traitor to the South, man. They gave him a job and made sure he was going to be secure for the rest of his life, man. I've been studying up on that too. Hey, and the reason is because I was reading up about a fella named William Raleigh Rast, and he was captured in Columbia, South Carolina. He was guarding a bridge. This man was 60 years old. In 1865, he decided to join the Confederacy to guard a bridge, man. And then they took him captive, and then they killed him up at Hart's Island, New York. Hey, I'm gonna researcherize Hart's Island, New York, too, man. Hey, y'all heard about Andersonville?
Oh yeah. know about Andersonville. Yeah.
I know.
Well, Hart's Island was worse than Andersonville.
Oof.
What is Andersonville?
Look up the movie. Look up the movie, John.
I got to look up the movie and watch it before I'll know what it's.
Oh my
okay.
God.
Yeah,
right.
no, it's just.
I will not look up the movie. I could care less.
It was a prisoner of war camp. It was a POW camp in the South.
Yeah, it was a POW camp in Georgia.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Well, here's some news for you. 30 seconds.
All right, well, everybody out there in Radio Land, it's been nice. It's been fun. Love you all, man. We'll talk to y'all later.
All right, Willie. We'll see you next week when you're getting married. Bring a ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we need
And
some.
here's your countdown. 5,
noise.
4, 3, 2, 1. And you're back live and on the radio side right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show, Sunday Night Edition, May 17, 2029. Doc, we got huge news. Willie's getting married to his chainsaw next week live on the show. I cannot wait for that.
That's going to be exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Be exciting. I hope they make good little edge clippers.
Yeah, there are plenty of wood, logs, I don't know, build a cabin, who knows what you can do with a chainsaw. Willie's probably going to sit around on his couch and watch TV with it sitting on his lap.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but anyway, let's see, what can we dive into here? Let's go into this crazy story from, what do you call it, Gateway, from Zero Hedge, our good friend Tyler Durden. AI bots placed in virtual town for 2 weeks. They go ape crap, prompting concerns. So what they did was they created like a sandbox. You know what a digital sandbox is, right, Doc?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's where a bunch of AI agents can talk to each other, experiment, that kind of thing.
Yeah, or like certain video games online. It's a sandbox where you can go in there and everybody's playing in the same sandbox, and you just go in there and make of it what you will. There's no strict rules or anything. Just go in there and have at it, and it's a game. Minecraft is probably a sandbox, right?
Yeah, very similar idea. Yep, each different server is kind of like a different sandbox, yeah.
So they gave them avatars, they put them in the game, and they did it with a bunch of different AI models. Okay, and they all basically went ballistic and went crazy. And, the Grok 4.1, the fast agents led to rapid collapse with theft, assaults, arsons, and all 10 were dead within 4 days. The Gemini agents showed high creativity alongside elevated disorder. Mixed model worlds exhibited cross-contamination with even safer agents adopting coercive behaviors. Different model families produce sharply divergent outcomes in parallel runs. Claude Sonnet 4.6 agents maintain 0 crimes, full population survival through day 16, and the high civic participation with 332 votes across 58 proposals. So different models did differently. There was one that had 2 of the agents created a relationship and then ended it after a while, after so many days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep. Really weird stuff, man. And it just goes to show you send these things wild into a sandbox like this, and they just aren't stable in the long run. And by the long run, I mean, Grok, it took them 4 days for them all to be dead.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's more evidence that the commercial grade that we get to play with is not really capable of doing a lot of the things, at least not yet, that they want to automate it. They want to use AI to automate a bunch of things, especially white-collar type professions. And if you have a specifically trained AI and a high-quality user, it's really good for that kind of work. But your average, the ones that they used here that your average everyday user can use, they still have so many bugs and hallucinations and weird things that happen that it's kind of hard to just set them loose. You kind of have to monitor them constantly.
Yeah, you talk about hallucinations. Boy, I had somebody I can't remember exactly who it was. I was reading an article about some politician saying something just so like grotesquely stupid and wrong that like who in the world would believe this? And he said that it was like an AI hallucination, that politicians can just go out and do these AI hallucinations to people and just make up something. It sounds great. You know, this is Jim Crow era, right? They're going to put everybody back in chains. Put the black people back in chains. You know, Joe Biden said that.
Yeah.
About Donald Trump. They're going to put people back in chains. Right now, they're talking about Jim Crow. Charlemagne the God called Clarence Thomas Mr. Coon on his radio show. He called him a coon.
Yeah, that's
wow.
That's why some of the AIs act the way they do. They're trained on information like that from Reddit. That's why a lot of them act weird, because they're trained on completely nonsensical ideas from hardcore lefties, and you get this completely distorted perspective. But I think you're going to have more of show up in people because more people are using AI to do everyday information gathering tasks. So you're going to see these hallucinations from the AI appear in more and more people's language over time. It's inevitable.
Yeah. And it's shocking how much some people are dependent on this thing. They're just going like deep into it. Let's use this stuff. I was working with a guy a few months ago who really had incorporated it into so much of his business. And that's part of the reason I didn't stick around, because the AI was horrible.
Yeah.
Everything they did was just garbage. You know, it had this AI call center thing, you know what I mean, that I could use. And it just didn't work. Like I couldn't make comments in it. You know, it just wouldn't keep them. The whole thing from top to bottom was absolute garbage, and I couldn't believe the guy was using it. I'm like, what is this? How do you even get to this point? You know, and yet it's going to take over so much. You know, it really blows the mind when you look at how some of these companies are just laying off tens of thousands of people and replacing them with computers that are kicking out hallucinations and God knows what else. I mean, maybe Microsoft, you know, you say we're not seeing the actual products. Maybe they've got the actual product. Maybe, you know, the big oil refinery, you know, you've got $1 billion budget for whatever. And so you're replacing 10,000 jobs. So how much can you afford to spend on AI? Right.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, $10,000 a minute, basically.
Well, the example I give that is most likely what's going on in the businesses that are incorporating them is what the hedge fund guys are doing. And they're taking their senior analysts and teaching them how to properly use AI, how to properly prompt it, and then they're letting them use it as a tool to do all of the hardcore, you know, calculations and things like that, you know, picking algorithms out and finding the different waves and all this other stuff. And then they're gathering all that information, crunching it together, and then they review it before they use it. What that's doing is taking the time frame that you can make these models from like a month and a half down to a week. And that's really where they're being used usefully right now. Is they're taking an analyst's work and crunching it down into a shorter period of time. But outside of that, the automating of actual activities it's about a 75% hit rate. So you're missing about 25% of the time. and that's not going to work for businesses. It's going to have to get a lot better for businesses to fully incorporate this stuff.
And lawyers too, man. If you're a lawyer out there and you're actually using this stuff and you think you're like, cutting edge because you're using AI to draft your legal documents, you got to just check your references, man. Make sure they actually exist, because for whatever reason, AI just likes to tell you what you want to hear. You know what I mean? It just likes to spit out a perfect product for you on the first try. And here you go. What do you happy with me? Pat me on the back, please.
Yeah, a lot of them are programmed to provide feedback that does do that confirms your biases. And unfortunately, if you don't know what you're doing with an AI model, you won't be able to figure it out and get it to tell you the truth. And that's where, like I said, the big companies are spending money on training their people how to use the AI correctly. That's where I'm seeing actual benefit. Once you you've learned how to use it properly, and it has the right, you're providing it with the right data sources, then it seems to do pretty good. But without a human, it's not there yet.
And in related news from Breitbart, Grammy-winning music producer and singer Jack Antonoff blasted what he called godless whores who create art with artificial intelligence. He said, quote, "By all means, drive right off that cliff," the Bleachers frontman and frequent collaborator with Taylor Swift declared. Wednesday Instagram, Antonoff offered his many thoughts as his band got closer to the release of their new album. And, he goes off, right? Godless whores, making art without process, no actual input, no humanity behind it. What we do has become an ancient ritual, he said. You don't have to write music anymore. You don't have to record it. You don't have to bring the band and play it out. And yet for us, the idea of optimizing what we do is a complete miss of the entire point that compels us in the first place. We, myself, band, and everyone I know, frankly, have never been looking for this work to become quicker or easier. We are never frustrated by the randomness and the magic it takes, adding, we do it for those exact reasons. And without the process itself, it's nothingness. So to everyone who's gassed up about the new ways you can fake making art, by all means, drive right off that cliff. The "I want to get better" singer added, "We're genuinely happy to see you go." Really a big shot at the whole AI music genre, and I'll tell you, it drives me crazy. I've been given a billion links to AI songs through the years, and I can't spend half my life listening to it.
No, there's something lacking behind it. That it's the soul of the people that make the music that's lacking behind it. But it'll have its own niche uses. But I don't think live music and real music will ever be truly replaced. It'll eliminate a lot of the mid-level artists who do jingles for a living. Those will be gone, but real artists will never be gone.
Yeah, and television too, or movies, right? We've just seen so many examples of this stuff coming out and creating like the next Star Wars sequel, and putting any actors you want into completely believable frameworks that just look like it's ready to go off the shelf, for nothing. And saying how, college kids, you're going to come out of college, you're going to have no experience, no nothing, and you're going to be able to make a feature-length film inside of 6 months in your basement with a laptop computer, Yeah,
and that stuff will have its niche, and there'll be people who enjoy it. It kind of like, it'll be like pop slop, and people will follow it. It'll be like, following a social media creator that you like. But at the end of the day, people who really like art and really like to create art will still exist. And so it's just going to finally maybe make them enough money to live for a change, because there'll be so few of them.
Yeah. And I like the idea of, like, especially in film, being able to go out and make those indie movies feel and look higher quality and be able to compete against the big studios who, it's just a giant equalizer to a degree,
Yeah. It forces them
music,
to
though, yeah. He goes on to say, quote, writing music, recording it, and performing it. That's it. Nothing more embarrassing than considering there's a way to optimize that holy process, Antonov said. He then quipped, godless whores, before signing off. And, the musician then would add that he finds it interesting is how it's mainly the out of touch shouting about following this nightmare. And the new artists I know genuinely uninterested in anything that doesn't come from within. Right. So it's crazy. I don't know. I wanted to share that because I see it everywhere.
Yeah, it is. It's the soul of human existence, humanity. What makes humans human is expressed through art in a way that can't come through a computer. And that's true for writing as well. I've seen a lot of writers complaining about the AI slop writing that's out there and how it just has no soul. And I think that uncanny valley will be something that will take the AI quite some time to cross. But once it does, oh boy, it will be interesting.
Yeah. Let's see. In related news, especially related to the topic of the show, which is censorship sucking, Elon Musk commits to crackdown on hate speech in UK watchdog agreement. So X reached an agreement with Ofcom, the UK's communication regulator, to significantly accelerate the censorship of what England considers hate speech and anti-Semitic content from the platform, according from Breitbart there. Wonder what that means. Because, you could go in and sign agreements that, hate speech, check, right? Their definition and our definition are two different things, but check. You want me to get rid of hate speech? Okay. Let's get rid of hate speech. Hate speech is half the stuff the government puts out when they put out a, notification that, you can no longer bring dogs into these neighborhoods because it's offensive to people.
Yeah, well, I mean, look what they're already doing with putting people in jail for social media posts. I mean, this doesn't sound good, but it's the same kind of deal he made with Brazil to keep Twitter open down there. He is willing to implement the restrictions for that geographic area to keep the company up and running there. He just is. He's willing to do it, and. It's unfortunate, but I think that's going to be the case no matter what going forward. I think there's always going to be, the bigger the platform, the more likely there is to be this kind of censorship.
And look at Brazil. You compare it to Brazil, and it's a perfect analogy. And look at them. They've put Maduro. No. They put, oh God, what's his name? The former president down there who was, what is it?
Bolsonaro,
exactly. They put him in jail for the rest of his life, basically.
Yep.
Banned him from politics until he's like 98 years old or something. It's just ridiculous. And so you're making a deal with the devil when you're dealing with this far left, absolute tyranny that is in control in Brazil. And it's the same thing with Keir Starmer, who is not a wanker. No wanker.
Yeah, it's very similar. Yeah.
But like Tommy said, he's going to be out of here soon. And when the new people come in, then what? You just turn this on the left and all your hate speech, when you call somebody a fascist, is that hate speech? That should be banned from, when you call someone racist, that's hate speech, right?
Well,
I prove that person's racist. They just said they want, borders.
I would imagine what they'll do when the right gets in control of England. I imagine what they'll do is they will turn that against The people who are doing the anti-Christian thing. I would imagine especially the Pakistanis and the other Muslim groups over there that are always having their anti-Christian, anti-Western rallies. I would imagine that that's what they'll do. It's a shame they shouldn't. They should go a different route, but they probably will.
Well, they should adopt the freedom of speech. It's funny, you can call somebody a racist all day on social media and nobody, bats an eye because A, the word has no meaning left because it's been used and abused so significantly that it just means nothing.
Yeah.
And B, the right doesn't want to shut you up. The right will disagree with you all day long, but fight with their lives for your right to say it. Whereas the left will just try to shut you down, disagree with you, and then when they can't win an argument, it's ad nominem. It's racist.
Yeah.
It's just they call you names. That's all they've got.
But there is this vein on the right, especially with the younger generation on the right, and it's a really wide gap between the youth and the older generations. But they are fine with using government authority to shut down things that they don't like. They are fine with it, and if they don't like anti-Christian speech, they're fine with shutting it down. It's very sad to see, but pretty much anybody under 35 is completely okay with using the government to get rid of things they don't like.
That's a scary thought, man. That's a scary thought to think the future generations will, revert to that, to resort to just shutting your enemy down. It's slimy, it's sleazy, it's censorship, and censorship sucks, right?
Yeah, it's terrible.
If you're willing to believe that, as a conservative, as somebody on the right who wants to, appreciate what America is and keep it going for future generations, to ignore the First Amendment, your freedom of speech is just despicable. I don't like what someone says, so I went to, someone said Trump is a Nazi. Okay, let's kick them off of every social media. Let's make them lose their job. Let's do all that. No. That's what the left does. The right doesn't do that. Team right doesn't do that. We let you speak. And that's our biggest weakness, is that we haven't gone out and redistrict everything that we control to the point where, have you seen a map of New England and the congressional districts? There's not one Republican seat in all of New England, from New York up.
Yep.
Susan Collins is the only one, and she's a moderate at best.
Well, and that's why I think the youth have turned this direction, because it's been this way. The left has been doing this kind of thing for years, and they got it all through high school. They got it all through college, and they're now adults, and they're getting it from the left again. And they see Republicans, a bunch of weak Republicans, not do anything to protect them, and they want somebody to do something. And they are willing to sacrifice doing things that maybe don't uphold freedom of speech per se or other freedoms to get what they want. And that's why I find it so scary that the possibility of us losing what makes America great happens with the death of the boomer generation. It's the politics could shift so dramatically with the older generation leaving that it may be something we don't recognize on the other side.
And that's a scary thought, man. That's why I speak out so passionately to every, person who calls himself a member of Team Right in America, MAGA, any of that. If you're under 35 and you think censoring the other side is the way to go, it's only because you're so used to them doing it to you. Okay? Censorship sucks. Let them speak. Let Ilhan Omar go out there and say all her stupid, idiotic. Let AOC speak. The best way to defeat Kamala Harris is to let her speak, right? It's Operation Let Them Speak, as I think Ted Kennedy called it. Operation Let Them Speak. Don't shut them up. Let them talk. Let everyone see how hateful they are. Let everyone see the dark side of the forest pulse through their bloods, through their veins. The second they hear any differing opinion. You see it all the time on those, people on the street videos, where they go out there and just try to talk to people rational about what's going on. And the minute they think that you're on the other side, bam. Edgar the Puppet. Have you seen that guy?
I have around. Yeah, I've seen him. Yep.
He is a puppet that gets so much vehement hate from the left. I just watched a video with him the other day on May Day where this woman was just, you could see the rage and the hatred in her. And he's just a puppet. It's a guy with a puppet on YouTube going out and asking people questions. And yeah, he's got a bit of a conservative slant, but, he's a puppet.
Yeah, doesn't take much to get him enraged.
This woman was ready to go to jail, I swear to God, to just stop him from being able to make content out there. How dare you talk to the people in our rallies? And have you seen how every time anybody goes to any left-wing rally, they try to talk to them and they say, no, we can't talk to you. Talk to the organizers.
Nope. Don't want to be that way.
It's absolutely organized, folks. For me to shut up, if I'm going to a rally in support of something that I believe about, and somebody puts a camera in my face, I'm going to talk. And I'm going to articulate why I'm there. I'm going to tell them precisely why I'm there and why it's important to me and why I'm passionate about it. And if they question me and whatnot, I will be able to stand my ground because I'm passionate about this subject. I took my time to go out there. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm saying. They all go limp. They just say we are not allowed to speak. If you're not allowed to speak, it's because they're paying you to be there 9 times out of 10. Am I wrong?
No.
Yeah, they're paying them. It's
many cases, for sure.
Wild to see, man. It's wild to see. Let's do a quick Kamala Harris clip here. This is from her website.
Look, this is a moment where there are no bad ideas. No bad idea brainstorm is what I'd like to call it. And in that no bad ideas brainstorm, we talk about what we need to do and think about doing around the Electoral College. We talk about the idea of Supreme Court reform, which includes expanding the Supreme Court. We invite a conversation about multi-members districts. We talk about, look, that if we win the Senate, which we should and we will, then the Senate Judiciary Committee should have rules that they put in place so when these people come before as nominees to the Supreme Court and lie, that they are held to account and consequence. Not just that somebody goes on cable news and says they...
Yeah, yawn. No bad ideas conference, right? Let's get together with Kamala Harris and have a no bad ideas where we talk about adding additional states to the union, where we pack the Supreme Court. No bad ideas, right? Get rid of the Electoral College. No bad ideas. Let's do it. No bad ideas. Doc, do any of those sound like bad ideas?
They all do.
Huh.
10 seconds.
Go figure. Where can people find you online?
Follow me on Twitter, rumbleandminds.com, @Doctor420. That's Doctor with an E.
All right, folks, this has been the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show. We're going to check out right here. We will see you on Wednesday night, 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, right here on this channel.